Hi, I'm Joan Mazet of Leaves and Leashes, and I'm here to tell you about another one of my containers. And again, Salvia is kind of my thing because it really is great for my hummingbirds and my other pollinators. And this one, I used a little bit of a different one, and I want to tell you all about it. But first of all, if you like what you're seeing, please like and subscribe, and I'll be happy to keep bringing you updates about these fantastic containers and even more wonderful things about plants. So here we go. We're going to take it from the top again. Canova, she's not yet in full color. As you can see, it gives me just this really great tropical flair. We put the yellow one in here to go ahead and get a punch of color, and just waiting for those flowers to start. It was a ridiculous weather roller coaster that we rode here in West Chicago, Illinois. Hot, cold, and so it's kind of a little bit of a delay in getting our cannas into full color here on the 4th of July. Now our step down is this really good salvia. This one is called Wendy's Wish. I like it because the foliage is basically it's like a medium-sized foliage. It's not as small as, say, the Roman red, and certainly nowhere as large as the purple in bloom. The flowers have a very interesting bud stage, and of course, obviously, the hot pink is what really drew me into this particular salvia. Again, really horrific storms going through yesterday. Very bad storms. Blew over the garbage cans, even kind of uprooted some of my annuals. And so Wendy, excellent condition, flexible enough, no breakage on this particular plant, which is of a good size. I added into here the Coleus Vino. I like Vino because it's super dark, that really dark red purpley foliage. We have had some extreme heat indexes of over 100 degrees and probably 100% and plus more humidity, which has caused some of the greening to come through on the foliage. It's not of a concern. It's basically the plant's reaction to, again, heat, light, and temperature. And then of course the new foliage is just perfect as it should be. I like Vino because she has that dark foliage but this very light green edge, which allows me to mix and match perfectly to the Ipomoea marguerite. This is the old-fashioned variety of sweet potato. And on the other side of the container, it's definitely almost going down to the ground, so I already gave her a little bit of a snip so that it doesn't get too out of hand. That is the one thing to look out for with the Ipomoea marguerite. When the temperatures continue being super warm, this plant has the potential to hit the ground. And so, of course, if your plant ever gets out of control, some scissors is all you need. Don't be picky about it. Just cut it at the level that you want it, and it will just keep branching and just grow out of it. Probably in a matter of 1 to 2 days, you won't even know that you've actually given it a haircut. Again, and I know this probably sounds boring, but again, I use the Ageratum Monarch Magic because I'm trying so hard to bring as many monarchs into my yard as possible, and have their caterpillars up on the milkweed, and have these beautiful flowers here for the adults. And again, I mentioned in my previous video, the adults found it immediately when it was a tiny plant. When I just planted it, within hours, the monarch butterflies were already visiting. A little bit more knowledge about the Ageratum Monarch Magic. I have not pinched this plant or cleaned this plant. As you can see, it buries its dead, which means any of the old flowers, this is probably one of the first flowers on the plant. There she is, not rotting, not causing any damage. But as you can see, nice and clean. Really nothing going on here for me to maintain. And it's just blooming. She is going to come a kind of cascade down the side of the container in a nice thick mat, and it will be absolutely gorgeous. This container, I am not doing any pinching, pruning, or extraordinary care. Yes, I might go ahead and go through with the Ipomoea and give it a little haircut, maybe a nip and tuck once the Vino Coleus stretches up a little bit taller than I'd like to. But really, honestly, it's plant, fertilize, water, and simply enjoy.